Not much feels better to an offense than to get some breathing room with an explosive play like that. Now 1st and 10 from the 39. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. DBs will try to keep everything in front. Fires to the right. That's caught. It's Bussey. Lots of room to run. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver. They can do that. They can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Texas A&M going up tempo.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
He stopped in his tracks, and at least they didn't lose yardage on this one. Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. Sends it back in motion. The run inside. It's Morrow. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. They'll send out the kicker here. Visualizing the right ball flight from 39 yards out in the right hash. And he kept that one just straight enough to graze inside the left upright. And with that, they've taken the lead.
Man, so many more times we're going to say go for it and be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Touchdown would give them the lead. They'll start on the ground with Brown. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10.
And as you start to settle into games as a play call, you start to figure out what works and what doesn't work. And they really got to find a way to get this running game going. They haven't figured it out yet. Like, maybe get the ball more on the perimeter. You know, find a way to get the ball to your running back in space. This offense really has to find a way to get the ground game going.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. To throw, Manning. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
The 12th man more than standing at the ready. They are bringing the heat on 3rd down. Now here's Manning. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
Texas A&M offense goes back to work. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake. but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, David.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
The run to the left. Shows him the stiff arm.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Foundation of Aggie football built on toughness like that, running it like John David Crow back in the day.
And those Texas people are tough and rugged, and you know they wear their great outfits that you love to watch. But these Aggies, I think they're at their best when they got great running backs. And you've seen Spiller and A-Chain in recent history finding those game breakers, those game busters that can make big plays.
That's just a really nice job by the running back, making the first guy miss and going to get positive yards. This guy's got some wiggle, and you saw it on that play.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Running to the left. Maybe some room here. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Aggie. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
And that's a big problem for this defense. When you get that guy in space, it's hard to catch him. You got to bottle him up near the line of scrimmage. Palmer, too much daylight too early in that run.
Yeah, you're right, David. And I think that's what makes this guy unique. With his skill sets, you just know it's a matter of time. You just keep giving him the football. Good things are going to happen. Long touchdowns are going to happen. You saw it right there.
Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage you would have gotten with a touchback. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Makes a grab deep. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. Bird Orange burning some secondaries, working this guy down the field.
Yeah, and making those big plays down the field. Texas, when you think about great teams, you think about explosive playmakers, making those big plays, keeping those defenses on their heels.
Arch is going to throw for it. They'll run the screen. Breaks into the open. Smashes him with the stiff arm. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up 1st and goal.
And sometimes offenses, man, they get caught up with numbers and they need to do so many runs, so many passes. I like when you just trust your quarterback. Like back-to-back explosive passing plays. Let him do his thing. Let him drop back, read the defense, dissect it, and make big plays.
Going to the run, it's Brown. Max going for the goal line. Touchdown, Longhorns! And they take it in for 6 more points.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
Ready to try the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. And the returner will be brought down. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Timeout is called, and they got it just in the nick of time before the delay of game penalty. They're down to one timeout left in the half. Play fake, Marcel Reed. Has to let this one go off his back foot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Yeah, and he had an opportunity to make such a big play. Listen, he wasn't wide open with nobody around him, but you got to make that play. You got a little bit of space. You got to haul that in, make your quarterback look good, and make a big play for this offense.
Gonna run it. It's Owens. Picked up 8 yards there, 3rd down and 2. Texas A&M going quickly. They'll move the wide receiver. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? They'll try to power their way ahead. There's some room. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M. Nothing but a vapor trail left behind that guy, and the defense straight to the burn unit.
And, man, that does not feel good. As a defense, you're trying to limit the big plays, keep that guy in front of you. That guy says, wait a minute, I'm way too fast for that. I'm going to just need to work on those angles. That's for dang sure.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Here's Brown to begin the drive. Makes his man miss. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one. And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. Hand off for Brown. He'll be knocked out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Good pickup there.
Yeah, this offense is going to try to run the ball and do it in a variety of ways. You'll see zone reads. You'll just see straight downhill running. They'll get the toss play going as well to try to keep this defense on their heels.
Brown has it. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the 1st down and get the sticks moving.
And the Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Well, nice job there by the running back. They toss it to him, and he's able to kind of weave his way for a very good gain for this offense.
They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. A give to Brown. Shows him the stiff arm. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on first down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different that can give this offense something to think about.
Got some work to do after that last play, 2nd and 13. Here's Arts to throw. Bringing the heat. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense trying to take it back.
Well, defenses get excited when they see the quarterback in an empty backfield like that. They know, hey, I'm not going to have to beat a running back or a tight end to get there. If I get to him, I might have an opportunity to knock this thing loose, and that's exactly what happened for the defense.
Back to throw, it's Reed. Looking left. Got his man. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. Texas A&M going up tempo. Looking to throw on first down. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Throwing Reed. Buying some time. That's a fumble. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And he was under so much duress on that play. You saw him scrambling, trying to buy time, doing everything he can to keep the play alive, but the defense just kept coming in waves, and he got a little bit downfield before they finally knocked it out and jumped on that fumble.
They'll start on the ground with Brown. Found a little bit of running room on that one, but he's brought down and the clock continues to run. So that's going to do it here in the first half. Stay tuned for the halftime break. Just about set to get this second half underway. On the move from inside his 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Reed, here comes the heat, and he never had a chance.
Well, the offense got themselves into trouble. They're back in their own end. It's an obvious passing situation, so the defense is just pinning their ears back, and they're trying to get after him. They could not allow him to escape, step up, get rid of the football. They take a sack very close to the goal line.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, it's Reed. Pressure coming. He's going to run it. At the 15, he's loose. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing.
And that is such a gut punch for this defense because you're trailing in the game. You're trying to get off the field. You think you got the quarterback in the backfield for a sack, and he's able to escape scramble.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
We've already seen the gifts he has, man. You've seen him dance. You've seen him rush, like really good speed. That's what we talked about coming to this football game, trying to get some negative plays. A better job by the defense there.
And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack. Texas A&M going quickly. From the gun on third down, it's Marcel Reed. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Hauls it in at the 25. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Might be changing the route. Try the right side with Brown. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Arch Madness. Looking for a big play. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Trying to take it back. Takes it back to the 24-yard line, and this defense loves to feast on takeaways.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
The Aggies offense will have another go at it. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Turning it on. Gives him the big stiff arm. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
I'll tell you, the defense is going to have to do a much better job containing these outside run plays. They better be able to funnel the football back to the middle of the field because this guy with his speed can kill you like he did on that outside run play there to the left.
Play action with Reed. Steps away to find some room. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball.
Well, man, this quarterback is fast. You saw that on his ability to scramble around, but he wasn't fast enough to outrun that hit, and it was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Motion from the wide receiver. Looking for space. It's Owens. Picked up 4 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd and 6. Big play to start the drive, a little tougher sense. Now a crucial 3rd down on this drive. Here's Reed to throw. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision to make.
Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Tries to get it on the ground. Hard running there. He's at the touchdown, Aggie. He would not be denied. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
He'll return it. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Manning throws to the tight end. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They've got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
They're dealing with a second and long. Back to pass, it's Manning. This time it's complete. Makes the grab in their space. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
And we may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
He'll bring it out. It's Morrow. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Wide receiver going in motion. Takes the handoff. It's Owens. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16.
Nice first down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run are high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a second down and long situation.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Thrust that arm out. Picks up the first down. He's loose on the right. The 40. The 20. 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Aggies.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And he's not going to take the touchback. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Play action, here's Manning. Looking for space to the left. Oh, it gives him the tough stiff arm. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back, he's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick them up and put them down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping him.
Showing off the arms. Found a little room out of the Wildcat that time, just short of the first down.
Listen, his team's obviously down in this game, but it's not his fault. I mean, this guy showed up to play. He's been churning out big play after big play. Already over 100 yards rushing in this game. He's carrying his weight. He needs his buddies around him now to pick up the slack a little bit and help get this team back in the game.
One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. So the final period starts with a second down play. Takes the handoff. It smothers. And he uses the stiff arm to push his way past the sticks and pick up the first down.
What a run by their tailback, and simply one of the best in the entire country. And his ability to make people miss is the reason why, guys. That's one thing that's just not coachable. You have it or you don't. That was something they identified.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And how about this defense taking care of business? Keeping that guy under 200 yards is a heck of a day. Their offense has obviously done their job too, and this has been an absolute beatdown.
Throwing Manning. On target. Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Plenty of options here, run or pass on 3rd down right around midfield. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. Shakes a man, and he might take off. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Texas!
This receiver is dangerous because of what he can do after the catch. Once he has the football, he is so good at making defenders miss. You saw it on that play.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped off the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 50 yards out. From inside the 10, here he comes. And the returner will be dragged down. Here comes the Aggies offense out to start this drive. So that last touchdown made it a 2-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. On the run, it's Owens. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's got it again. And some could be an outing. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. Texas A&M going up tempo. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Looks as if Texas A&M will have enough for the first down.
And this offense does it again on third down. They have been so elite on third down all game long. That's the money down. All the coaches talk about it every single time we meet with them. They've been brilliant at it. They've built a lead, and they've got a good chance to finish this one out if they keep that up.
Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. The defense there to make the stop. He barreled right into the teeth of the monster and picked up 4.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Timeout taken here by the Aggies. That'll be their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Motion from the wideout. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy. So the defense trying to maximize their clock management. They used a timeout here, and the 2-minute stoppage is coming. Third down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Reed. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. He gets it out to the 28-yard line, not enough to pick up the first down. Timeout taken by Texas. It's their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. Showing some serious leg strength on that boomer. And he tried to pin him deep with that punt. Instead, it goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. To the air, it's Manning. Rushes on him, being chased. On the move at the 30. There he goes. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. They came out humming on this drive, and now it's first down from the 36. They go play action with Manning. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Unloads it left. Got his man downfield. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. The Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. Here's Manning to throw. Got it set up on the outside. Still running at the 35. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
Well, that is a Herculean effort. He caught the ball in the middle of the field and somehow was able to use his speed and his vision and awareness and still get out of bounds to stop the clock.
Looking downfield on first down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And that's exactly what this defense needed. They needed to have something positive. Giving up some yardage, they've given up some plays, no big deal. Got right back in it on this drive with that big sack.
Manning on play action. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. The defense making a play to put... The Lone Star Showdown. The rivalry once thought dead and gone, but it is back. And now we find out who gets the right to lay claim to the football-obsessed state of Texas. This matchup has had all kinds of great moments, and we're ready for some more. Glad to have you with us from Austin, Texas, DKR Texas Memorial Stadium. It's the Texas A&M Aggies and the Texas Longhorns. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
Guys, I caught up with Coach Steve Sarkisian before the game. Both teams are in the top 10. This SEC matchup is going to be hard. He said we have to eliminate all penalties at the line of scrimmage and be the most efficient version of ourselves all season. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. And the Longhorns headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. And he'll bring it back. They'll corral him and get him down at the... 15-yard line on the return. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. On the run, it's Owens. Breaks into the open. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
And, man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You've got to love this running back. And he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And, Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful, how good you are.
Yeah, and the defense said all the right things leading up to this game. We're focused on stopping the run. We want to be the more physical team. We're going to make them one-dimensional. Well, you just got to run down your throat early. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. So for this defense now it's time to show up. You got to bow up now and start doing something about it. When you think Texas A&M football, man, you think running the football all the way back to R.C. Slocum, a great Aggie head coach. You just want to be the more physical team, and you want to be imposing your will. This guy right here toting the rock has the ability to wear and grind on defenses. He brings that...
Maybe a crease. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. The give to the back. Runs for the tackle. They get him on the ground, but that'll be enough to give Texas A&M a first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Looking for a gap. It's Owens. And he got 5 yards on the play. 2nd and 5 coming.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team when you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles. It's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy because that guy continues to fight for everything he gets.
The give to the left. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number one, was priority number one. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
They want to run it left here. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high load, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
And they said to us in the meetings leading up to this football game, really wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, run the football. First drive, this is exactly what they're doing. They're getting what they want. This defense has to get better at the point of attack.
Run in the red zone, it's Owens. Smashes through the tackle. Touchdown, Texas A&M. He shed tackles right and left and housed it.
How about that first drive? The hardest thing to do in college football is win on the road. They're the underdog, coming into a hostile environment. What do? Possession one, go right down the field and shut everybody in this building up.
And he's going to bring this one out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. To throw, Manning. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
The receiver on the jet sweep. Finding some room. Got enough for the first. He's at the 40. The 20. The 10. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn.
And this offense creates the huge explosive play. Listen, it's not tricky, but the problem is when this guy comes in motion, he takes the football and he has that kind of gas, those kind of wheels. Look at the angles, man. He just erases angles. He makes the defense look silly and takes it all the way to the house.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Fielded in the end zone. It's Bussey. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Looking for room. It's Owens. Turning it on. Touchdown, Aggies. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
Just hand it to him and let him do the work, man. Over 100 yards on the first half. That big, explosive play. That will do. That will get you almost there. When you can hand it off to a guy like this and he can take it the distance, it makes play calling for an offensive guy, it's so much fun. It's easy. Hand it to him, he gone.
And he made the extra point without problem. Looks like he's going to bring it out. He'll be out of bounds short of the 25 at the 22-yard line. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Here's Brown to begin the drive. Makes it past the marker. They make the stop, but not before he wraps up this first period with a huge gain. Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Power football with the run. The defense there to make the stop, and he barreled right into the teeth of the monster and picked up 4.
Defensively, with all the space now in spread football, there's so many opportunities where it's one-on-one tackling, and it's really hard to do. It's hard to get guys to the ground that are so talented. That's why defenses have to swarm to the football, get multiple guys there. That's your best chance to not have broken tackles.
Handoff for Brown. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I'm loving this offense mixing the toss plays in their game plan. And what these tosses are going to do, it's going to set up a play-action opportunity where they can fake the toss and try to take a shot downfield.
The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Looks as if he's going to run it. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long.
Here we go. Ready? Red, 4, red, shift. Go, go.
Manning from the gun on 3rd down. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
Manning to throw for it on 4th. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Texas A&M's offense takes the field, ready to get this drive going. Then that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again.
Yeah, and I find it hard-pressed they're not going to give it right back to him. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, David. Everybody in this stadium, I think, is expecting him to get it again, too. Big-time players make big plays in big games. Let's see what he can do here.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Keep it on the ground. Got a little grass. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. Texas A&M going quickly. Using his legs, it's Owens. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Offense trying to catch them napping. Looks as if they'll go for it on 4th down. Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. And the Aggies will try to convert on 4th down. going to do it on the ground. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
I like the call. You're so close to midfield. If you don't get it, it's not the end of the world.
Do you like that they kept it on the ground and not just because it was successful?
Yeah, I think a lot of coaches tend to overthink it, and I just think you keep it on the ground, keep it simple, something you've been running since day one, and you know in short yardage situations you do really well.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Motion from the wide receiver. They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing out a little bit.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Throwing Reed. The screen. He can go. Oh, he's got some space. The 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
This wide receiver is so dynamic. The bubble screen is a play every offense has in their back pocket now these days. You just want to find different ways for this guy to touch the football, whether it's jets, reverses, and bubble screens. He makes people look so silly out in space like he did right there.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. They'll start on the ground with Brown. Might have a chance. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
On 1st down, it's Brown again.
I like the poise by the quarterback on that play, too, because a lot of times as a quarterback, you see the blitz coming, and immediately you want to audible, you want to try to throw the ball, but he knew that he had a good run play called, and he knew he could leave it on. Heads-up play by the QB.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Receiver going for the edge on the jet sweep. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
Takes it on the return. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the 1st half. On the ground, it's Owens. Doesn't find any room whatsoever here late in the half. Timeout taken by Texas. It's their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this 1st half. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They feed him again. There's a crease. Picks up the 1st down. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup. Looking for a crease to the left. He just threw his nose right into the middle of the pile and was stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
No doubt, offense wants to keep running the football to win this game, but I'm wondering if they're starting to go to the well too often. They've got to start showing some new wrinkles here in the second half.
One snap coming before they head to the locker room. On the direct snap, it's Warren. The sweet feet buy a little time. Trying to make magic with his feet. Gets it out across the 40. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 42 as this offense trying to put together a good drive. That's going to do it here in the first half. Everybody stick with us. We'll head to halftime. Texas A&M ready to kick it away to get the third quarter started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half.
Makes a grab and room to run. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. Live by the blitz, get hit with a chunk play on the blitz too, especially if you're man up on that dude.
And you know what? You lose some battles, especially to receivers like this who are so elite. You're going to lose some of those, but I'm still going to be aggressive. I'm still going to play man. I'm still going to have to bring some blitzes. So I look for this defense to stay aggressive and maybe give that guy a smidge more attention.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wide receiver going in motion. Arch is going to throw for it. Caught in the backfield, it's Brown. There he goes. And he's out of bounds after the nice gain, and maybe that is finally the spark to get this passing game going. The execution on that screen pass is one that will go in a coaching clinic.
Nice execution on the screen. Allow the rush to come upfield. Now I release, get the ball to the running back. I got my playmaker in space. Nice chunk yardage play right there by the offense.
Tackled at the 31. They'll give him 6 on the play.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Well, I think the defense is expecting here on third down that this running back's going to get it again. Got it on first, had a nice carry, got it on second. Now he set him up in third and short. You've got to be physical here and make sure this guy goes backwards.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive.
23, 95, 96, sprint. Keep. Ready, go.
Again, it's Brown. Here's a little room there. Headed to the end zone. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Longhorn!
Man, how nice is it to be down and you need to score points when you can just hand it to your running back and he can make big plays like that. Jesse, they're going to need more of those to get back in the football game. They've dug themselves a little bit hole, but that was a good start.
Yeah, I think the defense probably kicking themselves too. I don't know if in this 2-minute type situation if they were expecting them to run the football, but somehow, some way, you've got to be able to gang tackle this guy and not let him take it to the house from that distance and score points. Moving forward now, the run defense has got to shore up to this defense.
He'll bring it out. It's Arrington. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. So after watching their defense immediately give up a touchdown drive here in the third quarter, they'll try to answer here. Good surge up front, giving 4 out to the 18.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. When your best is demanded on a big stage like this against a rival, he has delivered, cracking the 150-yard mark.
No doubt about it. What do we say? Big-time players make big plays in big games. The games don't get bigger than this for this team right here, and this guy, David, has shown up today.
And it's so nice as a coach to have that dude that you know you can count on. He'll put up big numbers, and he's been carrying this offense.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, third quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
Under fire. And they got it. How about this DB turning on the Jets and getting the first sack of the game for this defense?
And that is how you come from the secondary with authority. Come with some speed, some vitriol, some hate. Just get to the quarterback, get him on the ground. Nice job by the secondary getting to the quarterback.
DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long. Ball's at the 25. Reed throws to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete here on third down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Oh, did he unload on that? It's like there's helium in that one. And the punt will hit at the 1, just a little too far for them to be able to down it. It'll be a touchback and come out to the 20. Bunch formation for these receivers. Here's Brown to begin the drive. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Brown again. They stop him in his tracks, and they'll head to the other side of the field. We've reached the break, and Texas A&M leads it. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Manning from the gun on third down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Texas A&M has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. The give to the tailback. They drag him down behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that hasn't happened very often. He has had a tremendous night.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
Fires one high and deep. Swatted away and broken up. A great play there by the DB.
And that's not a surprise. But when a QB lines up and sees man-to-man coverage on his guy that runs so fast on the GPS that it's speeding in a school zone, like, this dude can absolutely roll. He sees man coverage, tries to take advantage of it. They don't execute on that play. But if you want to play that defense, I think you'll get that pattern a lot from that guy.
From the gun on third down, Reed. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
This defense continues to do a great job of not letting a great athlete at quarterback make big plays on them. Great job pursuing him, keeping him in that cage, not letting him get out in the open field because we know he can do some damage. Nice job by this defense so far.
Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. Here comes the Texas offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. They'll start on the ground with Brown. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Snags it and he's open. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They've got it at the 41, third and short, trying to keep the chains moving. Manning from the gun on third down. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
This game is so close to being salted away if the offense can just run out the clock. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
He'll run it again. Maybe some room here. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
Man, this offense would really like to lean on this guy in the fourth quarter, right? They've got the lead, and you just saw his ability there, breaking a tackle. He looks like he's getting stronger as the game goes on. I'd expect him to get a few more carries here before this game's over.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's first and 10. On the move, it's Owens. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. A mere 4 seconds after the clock stopped for the 2-minute timeout, the defense gets it stopped again, trying to get the ball back. I'd expect we're going to get another dose of the running game at this point, even though it's 2nd and 11. Wide receiver comes in motion. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Going with the ground game left.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised. I mean, you put the ball in your best player's hands. Like, late in the game, you've got to trust your guy. I'm interested to see what they do here on third down coming up. Let's call it third and interesting, right? Top clock ticking down. Do I trust my QB to throw the football? I got the lead. I want that clock to continue to roll.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. They'll try the right side. Makes him talk to the hand. There he goes. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Aggies.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
And he makes the extra point.
28, Texas, 14.
He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Here's Arch to throw. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
And a lot of times football, man, it's just about confidence and feeling good and getting in a rhythm. That's not what this offense has done all day. And now in a moment where you need it, you got to put it together. Where do they go? Like, who is their go-to guy? What is their go-to play? They've struggled all day, but you can erase all of that with one drive right here.
How crazy is it that one of the best receivers in all of college football just made his first catch in this big of a game? You've got to give the defense tons of credit. They've had a plan for him. They've limited him, and that's why they're going to win.
Scanning the field, it's Manning. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. Off and running. He's got the sidelines going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line. The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. Going to work in the air, it's Manning. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Brown. Breaks into the open. Stop at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Arch Madness. Trying to find the end zone. Into the end zone for a touchdown, and here in the final minute, they still have a chance. And they'll try to tack on 2. He's looking to throw. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. Defense ends this game in style, coming up with a turnover, and now they can just kneel it out. Time is of the essence, just under a minute to go as they line up for the onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.